Wakati Msomali anakuja Kenya hii, anakanyaga bendera yetu, hiyo sio haki. Sababu ya kwamba mkubwa wa DCI ni Mwaria, ana defend Waria. We have to stand and protect our nation. We cannot allow this community to misbehave. Right now, truth to be told, I am a Kenyan. If you go to Kilimani, Waria building houses. If you go to Isili, Waria building houses. Sai mimi kama black, I'm a Luo, typical Luo. Sai nikienda kununua kitu kwa duka ya Somali, Isili, he will treat me like I don't have anything. They tell us, nyinyi hamna kitu, ni sisi ndio tunasema. Sisi ndio tuko na biashara. Sisi ndio tuko na kila kitu. I want to advise wakubwa wa Somali. Mashek sijui wanaitwa kina nani. Wa Moscow. Talk to your brothers. Let us have love, peace and unity.
daawadayaal xiisadii ka dhalatay labadii wiil ee yaryara labadii kuray ilaan waa kuray waa teenage mid wuxuu jira 14 sano midna wuxuu jira 17 sano labada kuray ee calanka Kenya ku istaagay khalad weyn bay sameeyeen dhalinyarnimo u geysay Kenyaankii oo dhan baa ka kacay dhalinyar Soomaaliyeed oo Somali Kenyaan ah ayaa u jawaabay iyaga oo soo qaadanaya gabadhan calanka Kenya ku tumanaysa waa gabar Kenyaan laba cali isma weydiinin calanka Kenya ku tumanaysa maxaa yacni ka dhigay wiilasha yaryar ee calanka ku istaagay maxay uga duwan tahay ayay ku doodayaan oo ku garnaqsanayaan dhalinyarta Somali Kenyaanka ah ee wax baratay laakiin inta aan dhalinyarta Soomaaliyeed ee wax baratay gartooda Kenyaanka ee la gar dhiganayaan iyagoo runta ka hadlaya aan soo deynin aan daawano sida loo qabtay labada kuray ee yaryar iyo meesha laga soo qabtay oo warbaahinta Kenya ay baahisay
14-year-old Muhyiddin Ahmed Abubakar and 17-year-old Ibrahim Haida Yusuf will spend the night in police custody after they were apprehended by detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations for desecrating the Kenyan flag. The two had on Saturday been captured on camera stomping on the Kenyan flag during Kenya Police FC versus Mogadishu City FC CAF Champions League clash at Nyayo National Stadium. The arrest comes after Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja ordered a manhunt for the suspects following a public uproar online over why the shameful act appeared to go unpunished.
haddaan intaa uga soo noqono labada wiil sida loo soo qabtay yacni calanka ay ku tunteen wiilashan ay ku istaageen dood adag bay dhalisay xiisad ayaana baraha bulshada ka taagay mas'uuliyiin fara badan baa ka hadashay safiirka Soomaaliya u fadhiya dalka Kenya raaligelin buu ka bixiyay siyaasiyiin fara badan baa ka hadashay Faarax Macalin oo baarlamaanka ka dhex sheegayaan daawanayay laakiin aan daawano dhalinyarta Somali Kenyaanka ah ee wax baratay ayaa aad yacni u hadalhaya calanka Kenya oo lagu istaago hadda uguma horreynin bay leeyihiin Soomaalida waa looga horreeyay bay leeyihiin Kenyaanka kalaba calanka way ku istaageen ayay ku doodayaan dhalinyarta Soomaaliyeed lamana xidhxidhin maxaa Soomaalida ka dhigay muxuu ahaayay maxay dhigay sagaarta dhagax la kulantay mees maxaa Soomaalida ka dhigay tuka cambaar leh ayay ku doodayaan aan dhageysana dhalinyarta nin kamid ah oo si adag ula garramay Kenyaanka Soomaalidana runta u sheegay Kenyaankana runta u sheegay.
Somali Kenyans are the only people that don't see the hatred Kenyans show towards them. The sooner you realize that Kenyans don't see you as one of them, the better for all the Somalis. Not long ago, a Kenyan girl stepped on the national flag, and the matter was quietly dismissed as youthful ignorance. But when a Somali boy did the same act, suddenly the whole nation erupted. He was branded a foreigner, an infiltrator, an enemy of the Republic. The law under the national flag emblems and names act makes no distinction between tribes. Yet, society imposed one, turning a legal offense into an ethnic weapon. This is the hypocrisy of Kenya. When others make a mistake, it is forgiven. When a Somali makes mistake, it becomes treason. That is not justice. It is selective patriotism, and it exposes the deep prejudice that still chains Somalis to second-class citizenship. For decades, Somalis in Kenya have carried the Kenyan ID, voted in Kenyan elections, and even shed blood in the defense of the republic. Yet, they are still viewed with suspicion, treated as outsiders in their own land. The truth is bitter. Many Kenyans see the Somali first as a Somali, and only after as a Kenyan. The stigma is deeply rooted in historical wounds, colonial borders, and the stereotype that Somalis are always foreigners who can never fully belong. No matter how much loyalty they prove, they are judged by tribe before nationality. Legally, Article 14 of the Constitution recognizes anyone born in Kenya or to Kenyan parents as a citizen, regardless of the ethnicity. By law, Somalis in Garissa, Wajir, and Bandera are as Kenyan as anyone born in Nairobi or Kisumu. But reality tells another story. Constant vetting, harassment, and blanket suspicion under counterterrorism laws have placed Somalis in a permanent position of guilty until proven innocent. The state may call them citizens, but the system, driven by fear and prejudice, treats them as a people on probation within their own country. And this rejection is not just social, it is political. Many Kenyans whisper that part of Kenya belongs to Somalia because of the ethnic ties across the border. This suspicion poisons national unity, turning every Somali into a symbol of a divided loyalty. Even when the Constitution says otherwise, it is the cruel contradiction of Kenyan law and society. You can be Kenyan on paper, but if you are Somali, the nation will never truly see you as one of its own. That is not equality under the law. It is a permanent sentence of a second-class citizenship. It is not like Kenyan can't differentiate between Somalis. In simple truth, they don't care, regardless of whether you are Somali from Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia, or Djibouti. To them, we are all same, and they see Somalis equally. Now here is my take on Somali the Kenyanka ah oo doqomada ah dad tugsanayo oo nacalad ee ku dhacday. Hear me very well. First, Somalis in Kenya must respect the republic that shelters them. The constitution and the laws of Kenya are supreme within its borders, and no citizen, regardless of tribe, is above that law. To live in Kenya and claim its rights means also to honor its flag, pay its taxes, and submit it to its authority. A community cannot demand recognition while at the same time rejecting the duties that bind every other Kenyan. Respecting Kenya does not erase Somali identity, but it ensures that coexistence does not collapse into open hostility. But beyond the respect for the host state, Somalis must confront a painful truth. As long as they remain divided between Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia, they will never escape stigma. A man without a strong home of his own will always be treated as a guest in another's house. Somalia is their ancestral land, their language, their culture, their pride, and their unfinished project. Instead of begging to be accepted in a place that never fully embraces them, the Somali nation should pour its energy into rebuilding its homeland into a state so strong that no one dares to call them outsiders again. That path will not be easy, but it is the only path to dignity. A sovereign Somalia that is stable, united, and prosperous will silence the insults Somalis face in Kenya and everywhere else. Until then, they will always be labeled as the other, even if the passport says Kenyan. The only cure to this generational stigma is power, and that power comes from building their own country, not pleading for belonging in someone else's. Somali ogaada, si kasta aad iskugu dhajiso qof aan ku rabin ama aan dadkaan ahayn, lagama yaabo inay idin jeclaadaan. The only way out inaad dalkeena dhisano. Markaas bini'aadan sharaf leh ayaad noqoni, baasaboorkiisa la ixtiraamo, bini'aadanimadiisa la qiimeeyo ayaa noqonayna. Ku saaxo taas kuna soo toos, wadanka aad ku nooshay xushmay kaadana dhiso oo dadaal. Inshaabo Kenya lagama jecelo, Ethiopia lagama jecelo, Soomaaliya naftirkeeda aad isku dagaalaysiin, meel idinka jecel ma jirto. Ku saaxo kuna soo toos. Sida kaliya qabkaad uu ku soo noqon karo waa Soomaaliya oo cageeda ku istaagtay. Abu taas ku saaxo kuna soo toos.
ما شاء الله بشو ونمتلي وحياة فربنا وضبك هذا 5 دقيقة أيام دقيسنيني دات كان إنجليش كأقونينا يعني نيكا وحكاها الله Somalida إن يعني جيس كلا جليو كيانكا كلا أي أمينسيين إن أي سنة هاي كيان لما يسترن Somali كيانكا أو أي سنة كلا سوعي كرين Somalida Somalia يا Somali كيانك إن أي كلا سوعي كرين كيانكا أيو شيء إن قال شركة من ده لو بيجري إن لفقوق الجري إن سجار جيس كلو جرين جري وحاصل نبو يركن كسو شيكي وحوك الله شيء محا ويلش الصوماليات أما ويلش الصومالي كيانكا علن كودا كينيا كو إستاغي محا كدو ويبو يري قوارنا كلا كيانكا علن كو إستاغ أيضا بلا ما قبصنين لما بومبونين إتكا كعلي مالا محيك قدوين سو هالكاسي ما موجري سو دهي إن كيانكا كلا أين أمين سنين إن Somalidii أيهين كيان لما يسترن Somali كيانكا كهضيا سفي عن أيو أرقر نقصدي كيانكا كعسن والسلام عليكم